Security Part 2. This episode has 5 questions. For each question, take a moment to think through your own answer before I share a strong approach. Question 1. Security or DevSecOps? GCP IAM. Explain IAM and GCP and how roles are assigned. Here's a strong way to approach it. IAM controls who, a user, group, or service account, can do what. A role, which is a bundle of permissions on which resource, with bindings assignable at the organization, folder, project, or individual resource level, and permissions inheriting downward through that hierarchy. Roles come in 3 types: basic, broad, legacy owner or editor or viewer, predefined, curated, service-specific like roles or storage object viewer, and custom, organization-defined for precise least privilege needs. Nice. Let's continue. Question 2. Security or DevSecOps? Cloud identity. What is cloud identity, and how does it relate to users and groups? Here's a strong way to approach it. Cloud identity is Google's identity management service providing the user and group directory that GCP IAM bindings reference. It's what lets you manage employee accounts, organizational units, and groups centrally, often synced from an existing directory like Active Directory, and then grant IAM roles to those cloud identity groups rather than managing permissions per individual user account. Great. Moving on. Question 3. Security or DevSecOps? GCP user access. How do you provide read-only or admin access to users safely? Here's a strong way to approach it. Grant predefined roles like roles or viewer for read-only access and more specific admin roles, scoped to only the services a user actually needs, not broad owner or editor, for elevated access, assigned to groups rather than individual users so access changes with group membership automatically. Use time-bound or just-in-time elevated access for genuinely temporary admin needs rather than standing broad permissions, and review access periodically with IAM Recommender. Alright, next question. Question 4. Security or DevSecOps? GCP infrastructure security. How do you secure GCP infrastructure? Here's a strong way to approach it. Layer defenses. Least privilege IAM enforced via groups and periodic review. Org policies restricting risky configurations. Public IPs. Unrestricted service account keys. Network segmentation via shared VPC and firewall rules. Workload identity instead of static keys. Binary authorization for verified deployments. And continuous posture monitoring via Security Command Center with audit logging enabled everywhere. No single control is sufficient. Defense in depth across identity, network, and workload layers is the goal. Let's keep going. Question 5. Networking. PSA versus PSC. Explain the difference between private service access, PSA and private service connect, PSC and GCP. When would you use each to connect privately to managed services, e.g. Cloud SQL, third-party or your own published services? And what does the network topology look like for both? We don't have a model answer recorded for that one yet, so it's a good one to research on your own. On to the next one. That wraps up this episode. Nice work practicing, and see you in the next one.